Hello, Scorpio. This is your. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? Something is wrong. Okay, sorry. But my stand for my camera was falling over, or nearly falling over. So, I'm here to do a reading for love and relationships for those who are singles and for those who are already in a committed relationship. So I'll be doing two spreads, and I'll be starting with a card for the you energy, and then a main spread, and then extra cards, and I'll end with oracle messages. So that's how we're going to work. Now I want to remind you that this is a general reading. General readings, they will resonate or they will resonate in part. If they don't resonate, just leave it here. Don't take it with you. That means it's not for you. Okay, I was holding the cards upside down. I'm thinking, hold on. No, I'm not holding them upside down. There's reversals in here. Okay, so if they don't resonate, leave it here. Now, maybe if you don't resonate at all, have a look at the video for your rising sign on your moon sign, because sometimes you resonate more with those signs, especially when it comes to love. So, the other thing that I want to say, that I always say, okay, Scorpio, big difference here in cards. The thing that I always say as well about, and I really... Sometimes it's boring that I'm repeating myself, I know, but it's important that you don't give away your power and your personal input and your personal control and choice and freedom to the cards. The cards are here to give you an indication of the potential. They're not here to tell you or to prescribe what you do. That's not how the cards work. That's not how they want to help you. That's not what they're meant for. So please, 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 especially when I see all those, online, you often see, especially now on TikTok, you see all these yes/no questions answered by the tarot, about tarot readers, and it's always about, will he get back to me? Will we be together? Now, this is something that the cards have a hard time telling you, because it's not only your energy that's involved. There's so much involved there, and it's not the card's task to do that. So they give you a potential of what is there, of energies present, and then you choose what you do with that information, because the ultimate choice and the ultimate decisions are yours, and they will steer you either in the direction of the cards and that potential outcome, or away from it, depending how you act. I'm going to just take off my watch, sorry for that, because otherwise I'll be making a lot of noise. But enough about that. Let's just start. So for singles, this will be the singles side, and this is the side for those in a committed relationship. So your energy is the World card, so that's already a very beautiful energy here, because it feels an energy like you're ready to start afresh, because the World is the last card of the major arcana cards, is the number 21, and then you have the Fool is number 0, would be the card that comes after this if you would go into the cycle of the tarot. And the Fool is the new beginning, going on a new adventure. Now with the World here, it means that you are finishing off a certain cycle. Now I don't know what that cycle is for you in particular, because of course for every Scorpio single that will be a completely different thing. But there is something that you're ready to close. But that's also, look at all these circles here. There's also this, and she's stepping forward. Yeah, she's only standing on one leg, ready to make a step. So you're ready to become that Fool, ready to step into something new. Now, this is a sort of a liminal position to be in, because you're not just yet stepping, but you're also not staying. You're not stuck in the past. You're not stuck in the ending. You're ready to go into the new beginning, but you're just haven't made that first initiative step just yet. But this is on the verge of. This is really what I would say. But there is also a happiness in this card. Look at the colors of the card. Look at the figure of this woman depicted. That is really, there is serenity, there's calm, there's happiness, there is also expectations, there's joys, there's joy. There is nothing angry. There's no colors that bring you down. And then we have here, you also see like four. There is four little things there, and they represent usually the elements. Now here it's a bit different in this deck, of course. This is the Thelema deck. It's a bit different, but you're surrounded by all the elements, so you are quite complete. And that completeness gives you that energy to be ready for that next move, that next step. Now let's see. I'll do the cards like this, and immediately the first thing that I saw was this Ten of Swords, and I thought, okay, this is what you're ending. You're ending this being hurt, look, this woman is sort of hanging on top of these swords. Now, usually, in the Ten of Swords, in most decks, you will see some sunshine. Now here, this is quite a dark card. And there is a reflection. These swords are coming out of the water, and the woman is really suspended on them, and the swords are even coming through them. So this is not such a nice card as usually, because there is no light there, only the woman. She is sort of swaddled in white, or there's a white dress, or what have you. So there is a lot of things from the past that make you up, that are part of you, because you have gone through things and through challenges. You have been hurt in the past, yes. Maybe you have hurt someone else. There's a lot of things here going on in this card. So I feel that all that luggage is there. And that's probably why you haven't done the actual stepping. And this for me is then also indicating the past. This is the luggage that you carry. You carry the hurt with you. You have still some hurt that is there and that you're going to probably carry along into this new cycle. And that is normal. We all have luggage from the past, and it's impossible to just leave your luggage at the door and say, bye-bye, I'm never going to think of you again. Life just doesn't work that way. And when things are painful and traumatic, it's even harder to just leave that luggage at the door, or at the door, or in the garden, or far away. That's quite impossible. But we also have a Judgment card here, and this Judgment card next to that World card. So these are two different decks. This is from, I'll show it. This is from the Dreamkeeper's Tarot. These blue cards here, this one. This is from Thelema Tarot, and that is that one. I'll show it as well. That one like that, or like that. Both sides. Okay, enough about that. So next to that World, when I said you're on the verge of, also you are sort of protected. This is an angel, yeah? You're seeing an angel here in this Judgment card. This is Judgment. This is the card number 20 before 21. So you're being called to end this cycle of hurt, of pain, and to step into this new way of being for relationships, So yes, you're probably ready to date again, but this has happened, and probably you had withdrawn with this Ten of Swords. I would imagine that you have been withdrawn from dating or meeting someone new for a while because you weren't ready. But now that cycle is sort of ending. And even though you carry some of these scars from these experiences here with you, you are on the verge of stepping into the dating world again, into starting to meet new people again. And you also are being called to do that because there is a rebirth in this card. You are transcending almost this card. You're transcending your pain, your trauma, your scars, and you are readying yourself to make that step into the world, into the dating scene, into meeting new people again. And because it's an angel, I feel you're sort of protected. Also because especially because it's next to that world card where, okay, you're readying yourself and you're ready to make that move. And yes, that is protected. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. And I don't know if you can hear it in my microphone. I mean, I have a dog that's really snoring hard. I'm going to ask him to lower it down. Bazooka! 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 Shh. Okay, I hope that works. I'm sorry for that. So this Page of Pentacles for me, it's sort of a beginning card. Yeah, Page has a little bit of that ace energy as well, new beginnings, fresh, sort of like you're starting. And yes, this is you starting on the dating scene. So this card is a little bit further out. This reading is for the next 2 to 3 months. I usually, when I do these general readings, usually the energy for them is about 2 to 3 months. So for some, this will start earlier. For others, this will be later. For some, you will already have started to make this move. For other Scorpios, you will have not started it and you're preparing yourself. But this is sort of the later, the further out card, the card that is more towards the end of that 2 to 3 month period. So for some that will be also earlier, and then some it will be later. So yeah, it's again, there is a passion there is a beginning. So it's probably you meeting someone that really sparks your interest, sparks your curiosity, that brings a little bit enthusiasm for you again, like, okay, this is fun, this dating is fun, and dating this person is really fun because this person is interesting, this person is sort of, okay, sparks my curiosity. And I feel this could be a person that has a lot of fire element in them, so they could be a fire sign, but it can also be that they have a fire ascendant or a fire moon, or that they have maybe the other planets, they are predominantly dominated by fire. I'm just saying this. This is a maybe. Please don't attach too much to that, because that's a possibility, but it just came into my mind. But of course, now don't go and have a look when you meet someone and you go and have a look at their birth chart and there's almost no fire. Don't think that doesn't mean that they are not the person that you are, you can date. No, it doesn't work like that. So just wanted to point that out. So let's see what else that the cards are saying here. So for sure, you're ready to begin this new cycle, this new dating cycle. But I feel that quite soon in that dating, you will find someone. I don't think it will take you like an immense amount of dates, but just let's see before I go, and say something stupid here. Let's see what the other cards say. Okay, for Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know more? Okay, the Fool came out. When I said the World is the card immediately, before the Fool, because it's a cycle. The major arcana cards, they form a cycle. So the 21 cards starting with 0, going to 22 cards, 22 cards starting from 0 and then stopping at 21, to then from 21 go back to 0, go back to the Fool. And so when I said you're ready to go to on the adventure. So yes, you're willing to leave all this behind. And the Fool often implicates the feeling of it's risky. It is an adventure, it is exciting, but there is also a little bit of, the unknown, and the unknown usually brings a little bit of fear, brings that feeling of what am I doing? This feels risky, this feels a little bit, but the Fool also goes very lightly packed. He only has this knapsack with him, and he's carrying not a lot of baggage. So what they also ask here as an advice, they ask you to leave behind that package here, the hurt, the scars, the trauma, the most difficult part of what has happened in the past. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to leave it all behind, because still there is this little knapsack, yes? And of course, you can't leave all behind unless you do a lot of trauma work, unless you do a lot of, psychotherapy maybe, or counseling or therapy, whatever therapy you're doing. You need to process this, but the Fool sort of wants you to be a little bit lighthearted about it. Do not be too dark. Even with the Judgment card and that World card here, I'm feeling that you can do this. You can do this in a little bit of a more lighthearted way. And that's going to make it easier for you. But you will still feel that, okay, there is something risky about this. There is something that I need sometimes to protect my energy. It does feel like that. I'm going to get the other card. Maybe I should have taken it before to see what it would say. But, well, I didn't do that. So here we are. The Seven of Pentacles. So this is you starting this journey again. And in this journey, you are probably going to meet a few people. I would say these pentacles represent the people you're going to meet quite soon. And normally this card is tending to a garden, making a garden grow, making, seeing progress. And probably you will see progress. But for me, we're talking about dating people. So I see these pentacles as people, as individuals. And you're looking at these individuals, scrutinizing almost these individuals. So really looking with interest, but also a bit detached and observing. I don't think you will. I mean, you have the Fool here, so there's the new cycle starting, yes. But I don't feel that you're just going to jump off this cliff and in the into the deep void or the deep abyss just yet and start dating the first person that comes on your path. I'm thinking that you're going to observe and you're going to just wait. We have a saying, I don't know if the saying is in English like the same, but we in Dutch, well, in Belgium, I'm from Belgium, but I speak Dutch, of course, because I'm from the Flemish part, and the language is not Flemish, that's an accent, but the official language is Dutch, like in the Netherlands, which is, by the way, not Holland. But, okay, this was sort of a short geographical and linguistic lesson, but we have a saying, and I'll translate literally. We say, when we're talking about just watch and see or wait and see, we say we are seeing the cat out of the tree. So that's what you have to do. You have to wait until the cat comes out of the tree, because you have all these people, you're going to observe them, you're going to observe their behavior. And I think it's very good, because then you will be able to make a really informed, a good and well-informed choice. And I think you need that. I think that's also something that you will do to protect your energy, to protect yourself, and to protect yourself from this Ten of Swords. Because there, you don't want to go there for the moment, not just yet. You don't want to get there soon. Now you may get there again, because life is about that. Sometimes we get hurt. It's just part of life. Sometimes we don't know what to do. It's part of life. I mean, we are in a weird situation in the world as it is anyway. And we all know what I'm talking about. I mean, this is the 25th. We just had, yesterday the news about Russia and Ukraine. So yeah, there's that. Another major arcana cards, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, when you are here observing and sort of wait and see and seeing what they're doing, how they're acting, how they're reacting to you, how they are treating you. Are they calling you? Are they texting you? Are they calling you way too much? Are they love bombing you? Or are they just, doing a decent thing, okay, a check-in once in a while and then go on a date, go for coffee, go for a meal, sort of that? Or are they really sort of overwhelming you? Because that would be a red flag. For me, that would be a red flag. But I think what this High Priestess says here, especially because of this Judgment card, which is a rebirth, and it's also doing things differently. They're asking you to go into the dating scene, but with a different way of dating than before, so that you don't get that easily hurt. But for that, you have to listen to your instincts. So if there is a love bomber there, if there is somebody that you feel that your body says, oh, this is strange, this is dodgy, then by all means, please listen to those signals. Listen to your body signals. Listen to that, those little intuitive hits that you will get, because the High Priestess is here, so you have to listen. They ask you to do that. And then you'll not be led astray. You will be able to see red flags when they're there, because you want to avoid red flags. This is the Five of Pentacles. I feel that this is the card that will be a result if you don't listen to your instincts. If you just jump in with the Fool and you're not careful. You're not cautious, you're not in an observation mode, and you're not connected to your High Priestess, to your inner wisdom, and to your body wisdom, then you may be again disappointed. And you may feel, left out of the dating scene, yes, but you may feel like, is this worth it? Is it worth all the effort? Is it worth all my, all the things that I'm doing? So please be very, very careful. I would say that. I'm not saying that you have to be afraid and live in fear and date in fear, but just have your eyes open and have your body tuned to everything that's present and the energy that is present, because that's important. And Scorpio, you can do that, because Scorpio is from the 8th house. The 8th house has the energy of, what is not seen, the other world, also the underworld. So you can feel that if you want to. Now the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. When I said it's a fiery person, I don't know why I said a fiery person, because really earth, but still I have this idea that there is a little bit of fire in the person you're going to meet. But there's also a big solidity, because it's funny. And I really read this card completely. I read it as the Page of Wands, and I don't know why. But I really know why. I'm quite tired, and when I'm tired, my intuition sometimes is out of tune. But there is a reason for it, and I can see it now because of this. Pentacles. This pentacle is one of these pentacles. So one of these people you're observing, that person will spark your interest, your curiosity. You want to know more about them. You want to know more about, what they value, what they find important. There is a solidity to this person, but I don't know why I said fire, and I feel it has to do with this sort of, is it a snake? Yeah, it's sort of a snake, but it's not a snake. It's a sort of a centipede. And also, because this pentacle is quite red, and there is this fiery element in it. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm going to keep on saying it. But there's also a solidity to that person. But you can only know that because of this. Because of being careful. And because of this High Priestess. Because of listening to the body signals. And also watching their body signals, yes? And their behavior. It's very funny that you also have here these pentacles, because they also reflect to the pentacles here. Not only do they say, please listen to your intuition, or you're going to feel abandoned and lost and again hurt, but I feel also that you are abandoning some of these pentacles, because some of these people that you date here, you will leave them behind because they're no good. So now it all makes sense. Sometimes it takes a while before it comes. But there is a potential suitor in there, in these pentacles here. Some of these you're going to leave behind, but there is a potential one here. And I feel that, there is this, I think there is a recognition there with this Three of Pentacles. A mutual understanding, a mutual set of values, a mutual set of interests, a mutual set of maybe hobbies, well, things that mutual respect as well, and give and take here as well. Yeah, would say that. And that person, you're going to spend more time with that person. That's the indication that I get here with this Three of Pentacles. Because more time spent is also to get to know that person better. Let's see. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Now, I feel the Seven of Cups is a bit of a warning. A warning that, don't be tempted by all these, because there's another 7. Yes, you have a 7 here and a 7 here. So some of these will probably try to pull one over you here. This is sort of a cloth over this person. And they will try to, well, a little bit be manipulative. One of these here is not someone that you want to date, and that is probably one that you're going to abandon and leave behind and not date anymore. But there is also this feeling of, when you then at a certain moment this person comes to the forefront and you start to get to know each other better, because that's really what I see. Spending more time, having conversations, having more intimate moments together, and that will make you see, you know what, maybe this is a good, a match. I feel it's really like that. But also, it's also saying here, this card is twofold. It's also saying, don't let yourself be fooled again by one of these pentacles here, one of these persons here, but really be on the alert. I think you have to be a little bit slow going here and not rush things. I'll be doing the oracle cards later. I'm now going to move over to the people who are in a committed relationship. And I don't know what's going on here. Scorpio. Again, this is not all Scorpios in a committed relationship are going to say, yes, this is me. But I feel, on the one hand, some of you will be hurt. 10 of Swords, you see that. But it's a different 10 of Swords than this one. I'll show you why. Look, this is darker. There's a little bit of light. Yeah. So it's the same cards, but different images and different feel, a totally different feel as well. Here there is hurt, but you're not completely giving up. You're not completely desperate, because there's still light. Okay, so this other meaning here, I feel that everything coming together. It's burdening you. You're exhausted. There's a lot of things that happened at the same time. One thing after another you have to deal with. This can be in your relationship, but it can also be in your life. It doesn't have maybe to do immediately related with the relationship, but it does affect the relationship, because you are worn out, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you feel burdened. Now, this can be a financial burden, this can be an emotional burden. This doesn't necessarily mean it's your partner burdening you, but the effects of it can be, of course, for some Scorpios, it will be that your partner feels really like he's wearing you out, or she's wearing you out, or they are, you're tired, and the relationship is not really running smoothly, and it's all like a lot of work. It can be that, but it can also be external circumstances. And when external circumstances burden you or they stress you out, that can be reflected in the relationship. But this is your energy. This is not really the relationship energy. So really see how that applies to you. Where do you feel burdened? Where do you feel stressed? Where do you feel exhausted, worn out? But also, where do you feel hurt? About what do you feel hurt? Now I'm going to turn around the cards. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is interesting, because here we have a Seven of Pentacles. But here I feel it's a completely different thing, because I turned around the Tower, and that's why I thought, uh-oh. Okay, let's see what the last one is. The Fates. The fates is really the wheel of fortune, but here in this deck, it's really those three fates from Greek mythology, the ones that spin the web of life, the thread of life, and then there's one who starts it, there's one who spins, and then there's one who has the scissors and cuts off, the life. So there is that always going on. The never ending cycle of life is represented here by the fates, but also destiny is here. What is your destiny? So just let's go in, because I think here the clarifying cards will bring a lot more information. So I'm going to start with this Tower. So I think this Tower is going to sort of bring in or upset or shake up. That's the right word. Shake up the status quo in your relationship. There is something in your relationship that really needs to disappear from the relationship, because something is really burdening you and something is really exhausting you, and probably you need to have a talk. It can be an external thing, but it needs to disappear, because it's shaking up things already. Remember, this is a reading for 2 to 3 months. My general readings are more or less for that period of time, unless I'm doing a general reading for a specific part of time, or a general overview for the year or something like that. Usually here I can say more or less 2 to 3 months. So I feel that this Tower is really going to come in. Something is going to come in, and it's going to strip away some things from the relationship. This can be things that burden the relationship, yes, because I feel there is, with this Seven of Pentacles, usually there is growth. It indicates, solid growth, a garden that is being tended to. And this could be symbolic for your relationship, that as you, Scorpio, you have been working diligently and caring and taking care of the relationship. But it feels here, I don't know why it feels like that, but because of this card, it feels a bit one-sided. It feels like you have been doing the major lifting in the emotional part of the relationship, maybe even the financial part, who knows? I mean, that will be, again, general reading, so it will be depending on your situation. But it feels like you're exhausted because you feel, and maybe it's just a thought, that you are the one responsible for the relationship. To make the relationship flow, to make the relationship happy, to do everything for the partner so that he or she feels happy and is okay. But it's at the cost of yourself. It's at the cost of your energy. And so, Scorpio, I think something needs to change here. Because, yes, you want this relationship to work, yes, but I feel that something needs to change here. This Tower is indicating something needs to change. And if the change doesn't come from within, then something external will happen, so that change is sort of forced upon you and upon the relationship. I'm not saying there is this breakup of the relationship. I'm not saying that. But I feel that there needs to be, maybe your partner needs to be woken up and see that, you can't be the only one tending to the relationship garden, and that there needs to be a mutual input here. Maybe it's that. I feel that if that shakeup happens, if your partner is being shook awake and being, if that external thing happens, yeah, that could then, there could be a little bit, it could be difficult. Yeah, it feels difficult. I feel the Tower is already asking you clean up this energy. Maybe before this external thing hits, you need to have a conversation. I feel that if you take charge and you have the conversation and you say, look, okay, what is it that we value in our relationship? Because these are values as well. What is important to us both? What is important to you as an individual? What is important to me as an individual? And how can we bring that together and make it work better, so that I don't feel that the burden is all on me, so that I don't feel so exhausted, so I don't feel that it's responsible. And again, you can have it all in your head, but I don't think it's all in your head, but partially maybe, yes, that you're making it bigger than than it is, but it is valid. It's a valid feeling. It's a valid thought. So you need to speak up. And you need to express that feeling and that concern and that thought. And then maybe your partner can say, but listen, this is not what I meant to do. I'm sorry. I'm here to help. I'm here to to fix this. And I'm here to bring us together or better together so that you don't feel like that. But if you shut up, you don't say anything, then this tower at a certain point will come in anyway. And then it will be a thing that is going to be much harder to repair. So you have to be in front of this tower, really, and speak up. Because the tower is asking you already, the energy is asking you to clear this energy up, this energy of burdensome, exhaustion, I'm the only one doing anything. This energy needs to be cleaned up, and you need to, the tower asks you to get rid of that energy already. And if you don't do it, something happens that will come and help a hand to clean it up, and that's going to be more difficult to handle. Let's see also what the clarifiers say on that, because, it's a bit, still a little bit like up in the air. But you can, if you really listen to this tower energy and you speak up, you can change this. You can make a change for the better. Now, if the tower comes in and you don't speak up and you keep silent and you keep on just going on and on and on, and it's all drudgery and difficult, etc., and this tower comes in, then this change is not going to be for the best. This change can be like a complete shakeup, and maybe, yes, the relationship is going to be in trouble. I'm not going to say that it's going to lead to the end. It could, but there is then trouble ahead. Because, at a certain point, one of these fates is going to take the scissor and cut that string. So, let's see what the cards say. So please, Scorpio, say what's on your mind. Say what is burdening you. Don't keep it hidden. Don't, hide it in the underworld, in the 8th house that you rule. Don't do that. Yeah, you need to really speak up as well, because your relationship is, your relationship can be this 2 of Cups again, coming together again, growing closer to each other again. That is what they really want you to do. So really, it's not only you who can do that. It has to be mutual. It has to come from both sides. The input, the energy, the effort has to come from both sides. So really, if you don't speak up, maybe your partner isn't aware because he or she is not feeling like this. And if they're not aware, and if they don't know, how can they help to make it better again? How can they help to make this change go in the good direction? So really, it is about having that conversation, the hard conversation. It can be hard, but you really have to be vulnerable and show what is on your mind. Because you need to do that. You need to speak up. Speak up and speak about what is important, what you're thinking, what you're really feeling. Everything is held here in this pentacle. But you have to do that because, look, the colors of this card. You're going to open up a channel of new energy. And you're going to say, listen, this is what is important to me. This is what is valuable to me. And not valuable in a monetary way. Yeah? You know what I'm talking when I'm talking about values. It's really about deep core values. Maybe, like joy or fairness or, no, usually I can work with so much values, but now they're not coming, but you know what I mean. What is important to me, to my core value system. Because everybody has core value systems, yeah? You can do tests about that even online, but let's see what this tower says. I feel that if you're ahead of this tower, it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine. But if you're not ahead of this tower, then I think it's going to be not fine. But I'm going to leave it upwards because I see the tower here really as an advice and as a warning. It's not that that tower is going to is happening or is going to happen. It's going to happen when you don't speak up, when you keep it all in. That's what I feel. But I feel you have this opportunity, and it's amazing how many pentacles come out. So you have a Page of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which tells me here, if you really have the conversation, you can work on what is bothering you. You can work on what is troublesome for you, especially for you, and maybe also for your partner, because who knows? But if you don't speak up, you can't know it. So, but then you can work together, and here you're working by yourself, but at least there is this sort of repair. You can work hard and focus on the relationship and repair it, and it can be fine. It will be fine, but the tower is sort of looming over you, and that will come in. So I'm happy that these come out. That's why I'm saying this tower for me is not happening. Or not yet happening, but everything depends on you. So if you listen to the advice of the tower of saying, clean up this energy and clean up this mess and this burdensome, this feeling here of everything hard and heavy and oh my God, I'm not seeing it. Speak up, because then you're ahead of the tower, and then these two cards come in. So these two cards tell me, yes, repair is possible. Everything is possible when you speak up and you just say what is on your mind, what you need from the relationship as well, and then you can work on it. Now, if the tower doesn't come in, I don't know. Let's see what comes out on these fades, because this is a bit of a weird reading. Weird cards coming out. Okay, so the Magician, I'm also happy that came out. And then another Pentacle. Queen of Pentacles. So I think this is very solvable. I feel that these fates are not going to be the fates that cut the thread that has been spun of the relationship. No. I feel that really you can take it into your hands and you can manifest what you want for this relationship, and you can solve the problems. Because here you also have that Queen of Pentacles. There is this solidity again. There is, being the good housewife or house father, depending on your gender, of course, or non-binary and what have you. We're not going into those details. You know what I mean. You can be this solid person holding the values, and you have sort of salvaged the relationship by speaking up, and you're doing it together. It's not, but then you're going to feel like this. You're going to feel like, okay, I am solid again. I don't feel like this anymore. I feel okay, beautiful. I feel our relationship is this garden. And sometimes, yes, we go through hurdles and we go through obstacles and we go through lows in a relationship, and then we need to solve it. But if we stay quiet, we can't solve it. So really, it's so important to speak up. Okay, let's see what we have for oracle cards before I end this. Okay, let's have a look here. So for singles, what do singles want to know more? Okay, learn from the past, yeah. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to pull the one for those in a relationship. Tend to the small things. Okay, that is that Eight of Pentacles, and that is all those pentacles. For me, those are the small things, because it's in the details of the relationship, but I'll go into that afterwards. So, okay, a message from the Soul Coaching Oracle for singles. What do singles need to know? Voyage or voyage. I like to say voyage. Okay, I'm safe and loved no matter where I am. And then for committed relationship, Scorpio. Okay. So let's go here. So the first is the Elephant Spirit for singles, Scorpio singles, Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past, yes. Learn from the past, and that's why you have to be cautious. That's why you have to observe. That's why you can't jump. The Fool will be there, but you want to keep on walking on the edge and observe the people you are dating, so that you get to know them better, that you can see, okay, what are they holding, what do they find important? What values are they holding? Because you need to leave behind some of them. But the past, of course, the past here, this 10 of Swords, all these cards of the past, they will teach you also, they have taught you things. So you need to take those lessons on this journey with you. And then it says, a voyage, I'm safe and loved no matter where I am. So I feel this is like an extra message to tell you, do love yourself first and foremost, because then you can better see who is important and who you can bring to your life. Don't forget that High Priestess, the instinct. But you need to feel safe when you start here. You will start and you are on the verge of a voyage in love again, in the dating scene. And you need to feel safe. You can't feel like this 10 of Swords. So you really have to be like this Fool. This Fool feels quite safe, even though it feels a bit risky and there's a new beginning there. But you're going on this new trip, on a new part, a new cycle, a new beginning. Now for those in a committed relationship, we have Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things, and that is this here. Tend to all those small things and speak up about them, because it's in the small things that this burdensomeness and that, that heaviness in the relationship is happening. It's because of too many small things that make one big thing. But you can only solve them by going step by step and tending to one small thing at a time. And first of all, having that conversation, because this will bring a new beginning to your relationship. And that is that fate as well here. The fates, a change for the better, but they're also starting a new cycle in your existing relationship. Now, I feel it's going to be in your existing relationship, not in another one. I cherish all the cycles in my life. So yes, life is a continuous cycle, and that's what I said in the very beginning, the fates, a continuous cycle. It goes on and on and on, and sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down. So here, when you're down, you really need to work to go up again, and that will be done by speaking about it. Okay, so Scorpio, that's your reading for love and relationships. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give me a like, maybe share, maybe comment, maybe subscribe to my channel, maybe follow me on TikTok. Everything helps for me in order to be continuing and to be doing these free readings. I really need the support, because then I can keep on doing them, because they do involve and take a lot of my energy and time. So I really appreciate all the support I get, and I thank you beforehand for that. If you like daily guidance or other short readings, go over to my TikTok, you will find them there. There is daily guidance as well here on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, but on TikTok I do short other readings as well. Then I'm going to start probably with a course, a beginner course for tarot quite soon, and I'm trying to prepare. So let me know if you're interested in that, and then I can take that into consideration. The other thing I want to say is, how can you win a free tarot reading? Because I'm opening up a competition. It's simple. You put in the comments here or on TikTok, so on YouTube or on TikTok, the words Magic 2022, Magic 2022 in the comments, and then you have entered the competition. The winner will be announced at the end of March, so March 30th or 31st. Okay, that's it for now. My camera went on low power mode, so I'm going to put it on a battery so I can do my next reading. And I hope you like this, and thank you for being here, Scorpio, and speak soon. Bye for now.